continues. Currently, he is overtaking Maman Resing from the inside. Max Verstappen kept a close eye on Maman Resing after exiting the final corner. He has never been on the podium at this circuit before. He has never stood on the top step in this city, and he will do it now. Maman Resing.
Bienvenidos to the most populous city in North America. The legendary Jim Clark won the first official F1 race back in 1963 here, and we've had a veritable who's who of winners ever since. It's Mexico City, and therefore, the Mexico City Grand Prix. 17 corners then at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 10 to the right and 7 to the left. And all of them will have to be tackled in difficult wet conditions here today. No DRS assistance either, at least not for the start of the race. But the best overtaking opportunities will still be down into turn 1 or shortly afterwards into turn 4. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. McKinnon lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Albon, George Russell and Sainz, Hanya, Norris, Fernando Alonso and Nico Hülkenberg, Antonelli, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Piastri, Stroll, Behrman, Liam Lawson and Gabriel Bortoleto, Colapinto and Arvid Lindblad rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. So here we are, 2.2 kilometres up in the air, which I know is an unusual feeling for you, Mr. Davidson, but for the drivers, it's even worse.
It is. The altitude can certainly get to your head, Crofty, that's for sure. Especially when you're walking up the stairs to the commentary box. I've seen it firsthand, ladies and gentlemen, don't you worry. But this circuit, the problem with the altitude is it takes away your downforce. You have to go slower around the corners because you've got less downforce, even though you've got Monaco wing packages on your car. That's the challenge of this incredibly unique circuit.
Right then, the formation lap has started, and I must say the weather conditions aren't the best today for visibility and for grip. As each driver performs this lap, they'll be wanting to settle in and concentrate, as this race, in these conditions, will require a lot of focus. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
For the Formula One World Championship continues. We leave the line and we're underway for the Mexico City Grand Prix. Say goodbye to the riders behind Maman Resing in the first 200 meters. Oh, it seems I corrected that statement. Verstappen was very close and had even passed Maman Resing, and Verstappen tried to narrow the racing line. Verstappen attacked and Maman Resing defended his position. The start of the race was quite wild on a wet track this time, when they wanted to fight for the leading position.
Woo, even though it was a very good start from Leclerc, but he was blocked by the two drivers in front of him, and Albon, who started from 4th position, managed to close the gap, and the battle is not only in 1st and 2nd position. Ferrari this time got resistance from Williams, and I think Ferrari can overcome this, because aerodynamic and downforce problems, or a combination of both in several previous races, did not seem to be the main thing for the Italian manufacturer, and statistics in several previous races also proved that Ferrari always wins the duel in the corners.
overtaking Maman Resing from the inside. Oh, it's side by side, two new rivals. Verstappen tries to overtake, but there is no space. Maman Resing really closes the space. What's wrong with Verstappen, who usually always easily and aggressively when overtaking?
Is it because Maman Resing is used to the harsh traffic jams of Dayo Kalot? Tat tot tat tot, the noisy sound of horns in the place where Maman Resing meditates and learns racing skills.
Lap 11 started with quite a heated tension. Even though the track was still wet, Max Verstappen kept a close eye on Maman Resing after exiting the final corner. Verstappen began to move to the outside as he approached the first corner.
However, Maman Resing was very calm under the pressure, maintaining his ideal racing line with incredible precision, leaving Verstappen no chance whatsoever.
A major drama unfolded mid-race. Kimi Antonelli suddenly slowed. A thin plume of smoke began to appear from the rear of his car. And now the official confirmation is out. Kimi Antonelli suffered a DNF. A very disappointing ending for the young driver. The team in the garage could only watch in silence as his car came to a stop at the side of the track. A less than kind race for Mercedes.
Okay mate, Verstappen behind you now. We want to keep them behind please, this is super critical for our strategy.
Lap 14 begins and the pressure from Max Verstappen is getting more and more felt. The Red Bull car is again closely behind Maman Resing as it enters the main straight. Verstappen again moves to the outside before the first corner. Maman Resing again maintains his racing line and does not give Verstappen the slightest gap. The duel between the two really heats up in the middle of the end of this lap. Despite failing to overtake, Verstappen didn't give up. He continued to shadow him from behind, maintaining a very close distance in every sector. Now the gap between them was closing just a fraction of a second. Verstappen continued to apply pressure while Maman Resing continued to defend with incredible vigour.
Forecasts suggest the rain's going to be lightening up over the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. You should start finding more grip as we clear the standing water. Great stuff mate, you hit the target well there. Nice one. There's a long way to go in this race though, so keep your head down.
Here he is again, Max Verstappen on this main straight. He is closing in on Maman Resing. You can see how competitive it is. Verstappen is closing in again and staying in the shadows. Entering each corner on this final lap, the pressure on Max Verstappen is mounting. He continued to trail Maman Resing by a razor-thin margin, just a fraction of a second between each corner.
And Verstappen moved closer, but Maman Resing displayed incredible composure. He maintained his racing line perfectly and didn't give Verstappen the slightest chance to overtake. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc also continued to follow closely behind, hoping for a mistake ahead of them.
Maman Resing consistently keeps Verstappen in second place, and if this happens, it will be his 6th win of the season and his 3rd consecutive win in 3 Grand Prix in his career. He has never been on the podium at this circuit before. He has never stood on the top step in this city, and he will do it now. Maman Resing wins the Mexico City Grand Prix. Ferrari wins for the 3rd time in 3 weeks.
And Verstappen finishes 2nd ahead of Charles Leclerc in 3rd, and lately Red Bull Racing's performance seems to be struggling to match the speed of Scuderia Ferrari. The Ferrari team looks increasingly solid in various sectors, especially in corner speed and tyre management that is much more consistent throughout the race, and in the last few series, Ferrari was able to appear very dominant.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team.
And they're just starting to make it look easy out there. Now a hat-trick of wins. They're out there ahead, they've got the momentum on their side, and it's for the others now to try and up their game to stop that energy that they have.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.